Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Raz, and I really like bookmarking things. I think I have a problem. This is like, on the top left is like my raindrop. I have like 500 bookmarks. I have like 500 YouTube videos to watch later. This, if you don't know, on Chrome Mobile, if you have over 100 tabs, it just gives you a smiley face. So I have no idea how many tabs I have open. And they're all tabs that I'm like, I'll go back to that tab later. So I love bookmarking, and you can imagine my disappointment that ATProto or Blue Sky doesn't have bookmarks yet. So I was like, let me go fix this, because I think I need more bookmarks in my life. So I'm gonna do a live demo. Everyone cross your fingers. I was working on this like 10 minutes ago, so I hope it works. Okay, here we go. So here we go. We're on the Blue Sky app. Let me just refresh the page. Okay. Oh, there's me. Okay, cool. So yeah, anyways, as you can see, I made a Chrome extension. It takes the Blue Sky app. It adds a little bookmark icon next to each post. I can click it. It adds my bookmarks, and then I can browse all the bookmarks here on this thing on the left. So cool. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy. I can have some bookmarks. But what's really cool about ATProto is that it's just like this permissionless protocol. Other clients can build on top of it. And so I wanted this to work the same way. And so what I did was I built on this other protocol that I'll talk about in a second. But this is another client that I made just for fun. It's called Cozy Sky. Here's my feed. And as you can see, I can go to bookmarks, and it'll have all my bookmarks, the same bookmarks. So I can bookmark something from here, and it'll show up on Cozy Sky. I can also bookmark something from here, and it'll show up on my ATProto. So you have like this, and also these bookmarks are completely private. That's the main thing. Cool. And then also, because I want even more interop, is not just for clients. Maybe I want to see my bookmarks somewhere else. There's like an API where I can. This is a custom app that I made for my bookmarks, so I can see all of my Blue Sky bookmarks in this new app that I made. Sort of showing interop between different applications. So cool. I'm really glad all that worked just fine. So let's go back into how it works. So this is kind of the main idea, was to talk about this idea of protocol composition, which is actually a term that Boris mentioned one day, and I was like, that's a really cool phrase. I'm gonna steal that. But just this idea of like using different protocols together. And this idea of they're like greater than the sum of their parts, right? So maybe we can combine the social graph, the public data of ATProto, with another protocol that provides private data, and build something that we weren't able to build before. And so the thing I've been building is this thing called Basic, which I won't get into too much, but essentially it's an open protocol for user-owned data, which just means it's almost like ATProto, but all the PDS data is private by default. And so this is how the apps work, is that you have your ATProto PDS, which is like your main source of identity. And obviously, we know that they go into feeds or relays, and that goes into the client. But then the client can also directly talk to my basic PDS. And this is happening directly without a relay, and then that's how I can have some private data. So I'll have sort of my public posts, then I have my private data. And so this can be anything that I define. And so this is some experimental work that I've been doing, and I have a couple of ideas. Actually, in the discussion, the private data discussion, I got a lot more ideas, so I updated my talk. This is one of the ideas that someone mentioned, is that what if you could have your basic PDS live as a service inside? So this is basically my ATProto DID, and here's my ATProto PDS link. What if you could just add your basic PDS as another service, right? So basically use your ATProto identity and have all of your public social graph data go to your ATProto PDS, all of your private data go to your basic PDS. Another thing that we've been working on is this thing called schema lenses, which is a way to translate between different schemas. This works on Basic, but this could be a really cool way to bridge the gap between lexicon and basic schemas. Is essentially how this works is that you define the data that you want. So you say, I want URL and I want a text field, and then the system uses an LLM to determine which schemas or which lexicons match that definition of the data that you want. And even if, I think someone was talking about earlier, is that what if you have different data in different formats, or what if one thing says text and the other thing says text value, like what do you do? In this case, you just define I want the text, and the LLM will figure out, okay, this is probably what this person wants, and it'll return it to you. So this idea of using lenses to translate between schemas would be pretty interesting. Anyways, that's a talk. If you're interested in any of this stuff, just say hi, or you can follow me on Blue Sky, and then just message me. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks so much, Rex.